Today, let's talk about why he stopped texting. It's a very common situation, happens all the time in dating. And every time a man you like goes silent on you, it's like the same old pain and story returns. In fact, I've heard this story so many times. Sami, everything was going well. We had great dates. I thought he was really interested. He even told me so. He even said we should meet the next weekend. And then nothing. Silence. Crickets. Now, if you're in this situation, first and foremost, I want to normalize your feelings. It is very human for you to feel confused, disappointed, or maybe even anxious when a man goes silent on you. But I do believe that this is a very important situation to learn from. And this is why in today's video, I don't just want to discuss why men go silent or why he stopped texting, but I also want to talk about what a strong, smart, self-aware woman should do in this situation. This is Dating and Relationship Coach Sami Wunder, and I'm so glad you are here. So let's look at what happens when a man stops texting you. Usually, your mind starts to go into spins and ask yourself, what did I do wrong here? It must be something I said. It must be something I did. It must be my behavior, my tone, something about my response time that maybe made him feel like I'm not interested enough. And so if you're finding yourself in this scenario, you're only human, because I know a lot of my Elevate clients tell me they tend to go back on the messages, read everything, trying to replay the conversation in their head and find where the fault lies within them. And this is my first invitation to you. It doesn't matter why he stopped texting, but first and foremost, I want you to stop finding fault with yourself. Because I think so many amazing women don't understand this. But just because he was texting you doesn't mean you're amazing. And just because he stopped texting you doesn't mean you're not amazing. It has literally nothing to do with your worth. And sometimes even the most amazing women get ghosted upon. Even the most beautiful women will get left behind. And truly, a man texting you or not texting you has nothing to do with your worth. So first and foremost, drill that in your head. It is not about me. It's about him. Now let's talk about why a man might stop texting. Well, to be honest, there could be a million reasons. And this video could go on forever if we talked about those million reasons. But let's just give you a few examples of what could be going on in a guy's head when he stops texting you. Well, a good explanation is he's met somebody else. It is not a surprise that in today's dating landscape, with so many options available over dating apps and so many choices available to both men and women, that mostly every man I know is rotational dating, which means he's chatting with multiple women. And oftentimes when men tell you that they like you, that they find you attractive, that you're the most beautiful woman they ever met, they are not being insincere. They genuinely do mean that in that present moment, but it has no implication for the future, which means that if he is finding a better conversation, a better emotional connection with another woman, then it is quite natural that he will signal to you by going quiet on you or stopping texting with you, because now his attention is somewhere else. Another reason why a man may stop texting is because he actually finds that you're amazing and you deserve the best, and he's emotionally unavailable to give you that best. So sometimes it is not surprising to me that emotionally unavailable men will actually ghost on my clients, because my Elevate clients show up in such high value in dating, in their text messages, in sharing their values, in their feminine communication, that non-serious men or men who are afraid of commitment or men who know that they're just looking for sex will usually, after chatting for some time with such a woman, ghost on her or go silent on her, because he knows he can't give her the best and he knows that she is worth the best. So that might be happening for you. That's why I tell women it's not about you and your self-worth. You are amazing, and the right guys will see that, and the wrong guys will deselect themselves and stop texting with you because they can see that they're not up to the match for a woman like you. Now, another reason why a man will stop texting is because he has lost interest, plain and simple. You're not on the radar anymore. Maybe another one replaced you. Maybe nobody replaced you. Maybe he has just concluded after all your conversations that he's not willing to make an effort to have a real relationship. He doesn't want it anymore. Maybe he's changed his mind about even wanting to have a serious connection or a serious relationship. Now, at other times, it could also be that a man stops texting because he feels like you're not interested. He feels like he has to make all this effort for you and you're not giving enough back. And in those cases, the answer can never be you going back and efforting more, because trust me on this, a man who likes you knows he has to make an effort to win you, keep you, and have you in his life. So all these examples that I'm giving you, basically what they show you is that it could be a million reasons why a man is not texting you, but that's not the important thing. The important thing to understand is that a man is not texting you because he doesn't want to. It doesn't matter what the reason is. It doesn't matter what the excuse is. What matters is that he's not texting you. And he's not texting you because he doesn't want to. Because if he wanted to, he would text you. And I think this is the hard truth that all of us women have to hear, right? Like, when you are on a man's mind, how long does it take to send you a text? It takes 5 seconds. Everyone's stuck to their phones these days. You just pick up your phone, you send a text, it takes 5 seconds. So when somebody is not sending you that text, it's because you're not on their mind, and it's because they don't want to. With men, as women, we tend to complicate men. We tend to look at men like we look at ourselves, and we are complex creatures. We have so many layers to ourselves. We have so many emotions, and we think that men are the same way. But that is simply not true. Men are very straightforward creatures. If you're on his mind, you're going to hear from him. And if you're not on his mind, you're not going to hear from him. And so if you're not hearing from him, it's because he doesn't want to text you. It's because for whatever reason, and the reason is totally unimportant. And it's important that you stop yourself from overanalyzing or psychoanalyzing what's going on, because how does it matter? What matters is that he doesn't want to. That's why he's not doing it. And you don't want to be with a man who doesn't want to even make the minimum effort of staying in touch and texting you, right? So I always tell my clients, it doesn't matter what the reason is. Really, it doesn't matter. If he's not doing it, it's because he doesn't want to do it. And what you should focus on is the fact that he's not doing it. That's what really matters, right? What matters is that all of a sudden, this man is not in your life. He's not texting you. He's not staying in communication with you. And he doesn't care about how that makes you feel. Because if he cared about you, he would not risk losing you. So whenever somebody stops texting us, whenever somebody, especially if it's a man who is romantically interested in us, whenever they stop texting us, they're literally showing you your level of importance in their life. And they don't give a damn about how it makes you feel. And so instead of psychoanalyzing and overanalyzing why a man is not texting you, I want you to bring back the question to yourself. Like, why are you feeling so anxious about hearing from a man who is literally showing you right now that he doesn't care about making you feel secure? He doesn't care about the fact that you're feeling anxious. He doesn't care about losing you, because he knows subconsciously that if he stops making an effort, a woman like you probably has other options. You could be seeing other men, but he's still taking that risk with you. He is risking losing you. So why are you so interested in him? Why are you giving your emotional space, your head space to this man? And usually it's a lack of inner work. That's why in Elevate, module number 2, we work on not seeking our validation from men, because it is such a huge trap. When he's texting me, then I'm amazing. And when he's not texting me, then I'm not good enough. And this is the trap I do not want you to fall into. In fact, I want you to bring back the focus on you. What would a high value, worthy woman who knows that she's worthy, who knows that she's amazing, who knows that she deserves good treatment, respectful communication, consistency, how would she respond to such a situation? Would she respond by getting anxious? Would she respond by obsessing over why he didn't text? No, she would just simply notice he's not texting, he's risking losing me, he's risking our connection by not staying in touch, I'm just gonna downgrade this man in the importance I give him. I'm going to downgrade the way I look at him. I'm going to downgrade him and dial back on my emotional investment because he's showing me he clearly doesn't care. So, divas, if a man you like has stopped texting you, I know it's human to feel disappointed. I know it's human to feel confused. I know it's human to even feel hurt. But what's important is that you don't drown in those feelings and you don't linger in them for too long. You feel them, you brush off the dust, and you get back on your horse, like I tell my Elevate clients, and you ride forward. And you hold out for the guy who will never put himself in a situation where he can risk losing you, who will never put himself in a situation where he purposefully hurts you this way, intentionally makes you feel bad this way. That is your man. That is the person you want to be with. I hope this was helpful. If it was, show me your love. Your love really matters to me. Give me a like, hit subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments below what's going on for you. Do you have a man in your life who has gone quiet on you? If I have the time, I would love to come back and give you some personal comments and advice from my side. Thank you for being here.